In this video, traders, we're going to look at how I look at the economic calendar, how I sift out some of the stuff that's irrelevant, and maybe try to identify some stuff that's market moving. Stay tuned. Hey guys, well, welcome to you. Thank you for joining me. All right, so let's have a look now at the screen. I'm going to show you how I kind of work out what's worth looking at in the economic calendar, how I filter stuff. It's pretty simple, but I think it just helps people keep on the right end of stuff because there's so much economic data out there. What's going to move stuff, what's not, what should I be alert to, how do I filter out based on country? Let's have a look. All right, guys, so I use FXStreet.com/economic calendar. Now listen, there's loads of them out there. Nasdaq's got one, Econ Day's got one, Market Watcher's got one, your broker may have one, our sponsor has one. Check out those guys in the description below, of course. But you know what? It is what it is. You just choose whichever one suits you. The only downside of this one is there's quite a lot of ads on it, but I don't have a problem with people using ads, of course. So let's have a look. So basically you've got here, the good thing about this one is that you can filter stuff. So like I say, it doesn't matter which one you're using. The first thing I want to do is I'm not interested really in some countries. You know, I'm just not interested in, if I go to advanced filters here, I can filter out all the stuff that I don't want in terms of countries. So I'm not interested in Australia, to be honest. I'm not trading AUD, USD at the moment. I'm not trading any of this stuff. I can get rid of it all. I don't want that. I'll leave Japan, I'll leave China. I'll keep Germany for DAX, United States, UK, and apply. So now I'm just going to get shown stuff that's from those countries. Okay, that's fine. But we're also left with all sorts of stuff that really is not that relevant. So the other thing you can do is look at the impact. So this grades it by impact. An impact you've got orange, yellow, and red. So red, big impact, non-farm payrolls. We know that's a big impact. It's got the time there, local time. Also has a consensus on previous. And so what I tend to do, I also have speeches as well, which is quite interesting, although they're not as market moving. Depending on the current situation, I think you've got to be aware of the current situation. Anyway, so I will go to my advanced filters now, and I will normally go impact to take off the low, and the medium, and just be left with the high. Actually, sometimes leave the mediums on. Let's leave the mediums on for now. And now we're left with what we've got. So date of this video, Thursday, 5th of December. I know we've got jobless claims that we've just had, and it's showing you there what the number is. And we've got other stuff here, some speech coming out, factory orders, which I don't expect to be that market moving. Most important ones for this week are going to be non-farm payrolls and all this kind of economic data here, and consumer sentiment at some point. So how do I use that? Well, obviously, I want to make sure that I'm flat, or at least got a big cushion for that kind of number. Non-farm payrolls, I'll probably end up wanting to be flat purely because of the directional move, unless there's a swing trade on already, which might not be impacted so much. But from a day trading perspective, I want to be flat. I also want to be aware that sometimes the market might go quiet up until that point, specifically or especially if it's a 3 o'clock. So it might be a quiet open until 3 o'clock. Maybe not so much when you've got non-farm payrolls on the Friday, because that might be adding a bit of spice. And also the day before might be a little bit quiet. You know, like a Thursday might be quiet, like today, if we're waiting for non-farm payrolls and there's not much else to add fuel to the fire. So that's really what I do, guys. I kind of look at the economic calendar. I filter out by country. I look to see what's got a high impact. Of course, the other thing is to filter out based on country of what you're trading. So if you were trading AUD USD, obviously you'd probably want to have Australia data on there, because you want to know anything significant is going to affect the trade you're in. You know, if you're trading NZD, etc., you get the idea. But the major ones you probably want are the US, UK, Europe, Germany, and China. And we might have to slim even down some of those. You might not even need UK if you're not trading a GBP or FTSE. US, big one, obviously China as well. So it just helps remove all the noise, because some of them you just see all this data, like what's going to move anything, what's not. Generally easy to look at that traffic light system. Hey, if it's red, high impact. If it's less than red, probably not high impact. Not to say you can't get impact from stuff that's not generally high impact, but that's the stuff that traders are looking at. And ultimately, that's what we're looking for, guys. We're trying to work out what traders are looking at, so we can think, how will they position if this comes out positive or negative, or how will that affect them up until that point? All these kind of things line up and help us make a better trading decision. So that's the calendar I use. I hope it's helped, and let me know the calendar you use, guys, in the description, in the comment section below. Take care. Bye bye.